Thank you, Tim. It is great being here today, and thank you for this introduction. You can go to the next slide, please. So for those of us who are not familiar with NGS, we're creating premium kids nutrition. All of our products are developed by doctors and are clinically tested, but also we are all about having very healthy, clean ingredients in our products. We are already selling our products in the US, in China, in Italy, in South Korea, and obviously in Israel, where we are coming from. Next slide, please. And when I say that everything we do is created by doctors, it's worth mentioning that NGS was actually created in Israel's largest pediatric hospital called Schneider Children's Medical Center of Israel, which is also today the largest shareholder in the company. And in this hospital, the doctors for years have researched the effect of nutrition on kids' growth, because we all know that if kids don't eat, they don't grow. But exactly how this mechanism works and what kids need to eat in order to optimize their height growth, this was the focus of their research. Now, we know that height is predominantly genetic. If we have short parents, we'll probably be short. And if we have tall parents, we'll probably be tall. But we're still born with a certain range. So genetic only dictates a range. Where we fall within this range, whether or not we fulfill our potential, this will be determined by our nutrition. So the doctors at Schneider's have investigated which nutrients are most important for children to really capture their growth potential. And after years of research, they have developed a product which is basically a protein powder with added vitamins and minerals for young children. And you can go to the next slide, please. This product is now called Healthy Hearts Grow Daily 3+, and it is our hero product. This product was tested at Schneider's over a 6-month clinical study, which was a prospective, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. This is the kind of clinical studies that we see in the pharma industry. And the way this clinical study worked was we took 200 children, 3 to 9 years old. 100 children got the formula, the Grow Daily 3+, and the other 100 got just milk powder. No one knew who got what, and we followed them for 6 months. After 6 months, we saw that the kids who had the formula grew significantly more in height than the children in the placebo group. After 6 months, we did an open extension. So all of the 200 children basically got the formula, and we could follow them for the full year. What we saw after this clinical study was that the kids who got the formula grew more in height, they grew more in weight, but they did not grow in BMI, which is the ratio between height and weight, meaning all of the weight gain was also attributed to the height gain. To put this into centimeters, the kids in the placebo group, they grew about 6 centimeters per year, and the kids who got the formula grew 7.5 centimeters per year, which is about 25% more in height growth with just food. There are no hormones or anything like that. It is just very targeted, specific nutritional supplement. This is where the hospital decided to create NGS as a commercial company. And we launched our products in the US in 2018. So you can go to the next slide, please. And we're operating in a market that you can refer to as grow-up milk segment. It is a part of the infant formula and nutritional supplement market. And it usually refers to toddler beverages or infant formula that is for children aged 1 year old and up. So it is not the highly regulated, very crowded space of infant formula, which is 0 to 12 months, but rather the older children's beverages. And this is the fastest growing segment in this category. It has now reached $20 billion last year, and it is still continuing to grow. Next slide, please. As I said, we launched in 2018 in the US, and the US continues to be our main market also today. We are selling only direct to consumer in the US, selling online. Up until recently, this was basically all that we did, only sold direct to consumer online in the US. And we have been able to grow the business quite nicely from 0 to $3 million in sales in 2021. We are maintaining quite nice margins, and this is something that is extremely important for us to make sure that we have strong gross margins, because if you want to continue to grow the business and become profitable sooner rather than later, especially in this environment, then maintaining the strong gross margins is going to be key for that. The first half of 2022, the first 4 months of the year, we struggled with inventory. We just didn't have enough inventory in the first 4 months of the year. But now this supply chain issue is behind us, and we do have enough inventory for the remainder of the year. Last week, we also was a really huge milestone for our business as we started selling into Walmart stores in the US. So we just launched in 400 stores, Walmart stores in the US. And by the way, 400 stores is just 10% of all Walmart stores in the US. So there's a huge opportunity for us to still grow our business within Walmart, just within this store, growing from 400 to 4,000 stores. Next slide, please. Over the past 12 months, we've made really long way. So we started selling our product in China and in Italy. We signed some distribution agreements, and in China, we are also now selling in Chemist Warehouse China. With our retail strategy in the US, we started by selling in what we call retail.com, which is Walmart.com, Kroger.com, and others. We also started production of our product in New Zealand to supply to our Asia Pacific markets, and launched into Korea, doing cross-border e-commerce into this region. And as I mentioned, we just launched into 400 Walmart stores last week. Next, please. The Walmart opportunity is a huge opportunity, not just because of Walmart. Now that we have placement in Walmart in the US, as well as in another retail store called Healthy Edge, which is 20 stores, very premium, high-end retail stores, we're now having multiple discussions with other retailers in the US. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard there's quite a large crisis right now in the US around infant formula. I just got back from there, and it is crazy to see the empty shelves of infant formula in retail stores like Target and others. And this shortage that has also leaked into the toddler beverages, and not just infant formula, has brought us a big opportunity to get into retail stores even earlier and faster than we had anticipated. Next, please. So how are we going to continue and grow our business in the next 6 to 12 months, basically? We will continue to launch more products, but also focus on the products that we already have in hand. So we are going to expand our product portfolio on shelves. So right now, for example, in Walmart, we are selling 2 SKUs, 2 different products. Even broadening this range from 2 to 4 to 6 units on store is a really large opportunity for us. In parallel, we are continuing to grow our geographies. So we are now selling, as I mentioned, in China, in Italy, in South Korea. China continues to be a huge opportunity for our business. We are now selling cross-border e-commerce, online sales into China on Tmall, JD, and other platforms. But recently, we had a blessed addition of Peter Osborne to our board of directors. Peter has come to us from Blackmores, where he was the GM China for that business. And obviously brings a lot of experience and a lot of connections into this region. So together we are working to build a plan to really unlock the huge potential that we're seeing in this market. Last but definitely not least, probably the fastest growing market for us will continue to be the US, definitely in the next 6 months. So we will continue to expand our store count in the States. And that's all for me for today. I'm very happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Liron. You're based in Israel. How do you manage the relationships with Australia and obviously globally? Why the Tel Aviv background?
So the headquarters is based in Israel because the research and development was done at Schneider's Hospital, and all of the IP is here in Israel. Most of our employees are actually in California, where we have quite a large marketing team. I personally go back and forth between Israel and California. Obviously, Australia, we listed a company in Australia with an eye to Asia. We saw Australia as a gateway into the Asia Pacific and continue to see Australia as bringing a huge opportunity for us to grow into the Asia Pacific.
And where do you manufacture? Where does the supply chain exist?
We are manufacturing mostly in the US. This is our largest production facility in Utah, in the US. But a few months ago, we also started producing in New Zealand to supply to Asian countries.
And I would have thought, I would have thought this product would suit some of the emerging countries, given problems with children's diets and famine and those sort of things. Is that an opportunity, or is that just too difficult?
It's a really good question. And the fact is, we actually developed this product for children in developed countries, in affluent countries. We know of many products that are much cheaper, for example, and mainly have calories in them. And I think in some of the developing countries, the problem is calories, not so much. It's just having very targeted specific nutrition. We developed these products for children like my children, who have enough, but they just prefer to have chicken nuggets and fries. So their nutrition is jeopardized. And for these children, they just need the extra nutrition. And parents like myself, they need to go to sleep every night knowing that they gave their children all of the right nutrition and everything that they needed in order to grow today.
My kids are teenagers. They're still eating that junk, unfortunately. What's the growth strategy to move into new markets with new distribution partners?
So right now we're really focused on the US, and there's such a huge growth opportunity for us in this market. We want to make sure that we really capture this opportunity. The other market that we are focusing on is China. And these two markets, trust me, are huge markets. We want to make sure that we keep our eyes on the ball and focus on these two markets right now.
Yeah, totally understand that. Now, and what are some of the new products you look at in terms of protein supplements? Are you looking to roll out new products?
Absolutely. So after our initial hero product of the 3+ product, we also launched a new product for children 10 years old and up to help them really capture the growth spurt of puberty. This is really the last chance to catch up on growth. So we want to make sure that they get all of the nutrients they need during this time. We are also now running a clinical study with children who are doing sports. So with soccer teams and also swimming teams. To help them with reaching their sports performance goals. So this is one I'm particularly excited about. We're really testing to see the effect of our new formulas on children as they kick the ball and running and seeing the effect on that. So I'm really looking forward to bring you the results coming from this clinical study.
And congratulations on that Walmart contract. It's in 400 stores. How do you get it across the network, and what are they expecting?
So basically the way we're evaluated by Walmart is quite similar to how we will be evaluated in any other retailer in the US. We're looking at how many units we can move per store per week. And the minimum threshold is going to be about half a unit per store per week. Over 1 unit per store per week is considered success. In a few months' time, we'll be evaluated and see if we can graduate from 400 stores to many more stores, which I am hopeful will be the situation. We only have data from 1 week, but up until now, we do see some really great insights and results coming from Walmart stores.
And they're all your own products under multiple different brands. Is that the strategy?
No, so we are building our own brand, the Healthy Hearts brand, and we obviously have a bunch of products under this brand. But we are focused on building our own brand to be a global, well-known brand.
Liron, thank you for your time. I know it's a little bit late there in Tel Aviv. Really appreciate it. And we look forward to catching up again.
Thank you so much, Kim.